Alright, well, greetings once again. I'm back in Swatara State Park, and last week at some point I made a fossil video up here at the fossil pit where I found a few cool fossils, and then I was going to go explore what's called Bear Hole Run, which is a little stream right back here behind me, so right behind the fossil pit. And at the end of that fossil video I said I was going to come and explore this stream, and actually I did, but I never posted that video. So it didn't, I'm still figuring things out with this new camera, and I had the settings all messed up, and the footage was probably usable, but I wasn't happy with it. So anyway, I'm back here at Bear Hole Run, and I did find some things that day that are kind of puzzling. I found some clues that someone was perhaps living back here at some point, and I'm going to show those to you as we walk back up this way again. And I'll try to show them in order as I found them up here. It's kind of cool. It's like trying to solve a puzzle. That's what was going on up here. It's like a mystery. Wondering who lived back here and stuff like that. So anyway, we're gonna get going, get walking up the stream. It's a Sunday afternoon later in the day here, so probably close to 5 o'clock. So I don't have too much daylight, but it's a little bit cooler now. It's a little bit warm this afternoon. So anyway, and we'll see what else we can find along the way here as well. There are some little fish down the stream here, which maybe I'll try to get my my action camera out and get it down there in the creek, see if we can get some footage of the little fish. Alright, well, let's continue on our way. Hopefully some of that footage worked out with the little fishies. I won't find out till I get home, but we're going to continue on up the stream here. See if I can retrace my steps and find the things that I found last week. So the stream kind of breaks off into different directions here. One goes off that way and one off that way, but way back here is also another branch of the stream that's actually dry, and that's where things started to get interesting as to what I started finding. So we'll be there momentarily. And here's where we turn down into this dry stream bed. That probably only flows during high water, obviously. Oh, spider webs. Ugh. So over there on the bank, you see some white things. That's what I saw when I was here last time. And at first I didn't know what they were. I was kind of curious, you know, white things sticking out of the bank like that. Let me get out of the sun here a little bit. But I went ahead and walked on over there, and I was actually kind of surprised by what I found. So I'm going to walk us back over there together, and we'll see how long it takes you to figure out what they are. So let's take a walk. Let me turn you around. Let's get over there. There's one right there. There's some right here. You know what they are yet? They're clam shells. That was really interesting. They were all over the place here. There were a ton of them. There's actually a ton of them up here on the bank too, just whole piles of them. So interesting. You know what that means, huh? You find clam shells out in the woods. Now these are not clams that, you know, grew up in this creek here. You know, these were brought here by someone else and eaten. So whenever you find clam shells on the woods like this, it means something. In some parts of the country it's oyster shells, but this means, you know, someone was living back here, and this is what they were eating quite a bit often, and they would throw them. This was their dump area right here. Actually, there's an old tin can laying over there too, and a few other pieces of trash that I found last time I was here. So someone lived back here. This was cheap food back then. So someone back up in here, someone had a little house or something, and they would eat these and then throw them out in their little rubbish heap out here. So we're gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep following down the creek a little bit more because I found some things down that way which are kind of interesting. So let's keep going, and then we'll come back up here, look around up in the woods here, because I'm pretty sure I found where the house was, but I'll let you guys just see it, and you guys can determine too for yourselves what you think. All right, let's get going. All right, just a little bit down from those clam shells is something I found next, right down in here. Let's get down here. Some pieces of cast iron. So, obviously some older pieces here. I think this is like maybe it almost looks like a door or something, like there was a little handle right here. Some kind of hole of some sort. But parts to a stove, maybe? I'm kind of thinking possibly because of what I found next. But yeah, some old pieces of cast iron, so that's a good sign. And the clam shells were just right up there by that tree, so stuff got dumped down this little ravine here. Yeah, so up this way should be another piece of the puzzle. If I can find it again. Actually, I see it up here. It's right down, it's up here. If I was wondering if there was a stove out here or not, this answered my question right here. This, if you're an old timer at all, this should be familiar. This is, you know, the lid to an old wood stove or coal stove. You know, they would stick that little handle thing in here, and you could lift the lid up, and then, of course down there would be, we could put more wood or coal down in there. So there was definitely an old cast iron wood stove or coal stove out here. Actually, it may have been a coal stove because of what I found. I found lots of bits of coal up this way as well, near where I think the home site was. So of course you could use wood in a coal stove as well. Some people do that. So these are things, interesting puzzles as to what was going on out here. Yeah, but you don't usually just find, you know, pieces of a cast iron stove out in the woods for no reason at all. Someone had a little homestead out here, or a little hunting cabin or something like that. So we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna head up on the bank up here behind me and see what else we can find. I'm gonna see if I can re-find some more of those things. We should be able to. All right, let's get going. All right, so I'm back up here by the clamshell dump, I'm calling it. So you can see there's more of them up here. And there's also pieces of cinder block up here. And over here is that an old can of some sort. More pieces of old cinder block. Here's a green spoon, which looks kind of, I thought looked kind of melted. And then where is it? Like over here then as well. This looks like burnt wood, so I'm wondering if whatever was back here burned at one point. That definitely looks like charcoal. Of course, who knows? Maybe someone was just dumping their ashes out here as well. But that doesn't look like ash. It looks like burnt wood. So let's explore deeper into the forest here, see what we can find. I am having a little bit of difficulty retracing my steps a little bit, but I think I did find another clue up here. It's one I had found earlier, so we'll get up there in a moment. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at from here, right in there. Yeah, so here we have some cinder blocks kind of stacked out here. Now the usual, you know, these are not terribly old, but you know, someone didn't drag these out here. You know, these are probably, someone probably stacked these here like a hunter or something, but he didn't drag these here from his truck because we are a little ways out in the woods. So he got them from somewhere out here. So the question is where? So I did find a couple more of these at another location over there somewhere. So but right around here somewhere is what I found next that was interesting. I think it might have been an actual site. So let's see if we can find, oh yeah, here it is, I think. Yeah, here we go. So because here's, yeah, here we go. Here's an actual, so here, those are cinder blocks right here, kind of half buried in the ground. And there's some that go up this way. You can see them right there, and they went up that way and came over again. So I'm not sure, this almost looks like the foundation for an outhouse actually. It's just kind of a small imprint, not very large at all. Yeah, there's more cinder blocks out there somewhere as well, but there's something else here that I found. Right here. And you should recognize these. Shingles. Whole piles of them here. Just covering the ground here. Some here. All the way over here, bits and pieces of them. Of course, they're deteriorated over time. There's a bunch more way out there, so you don't just find shingles laying out in the woods either. So these either could have been used for roofing, or sometimes, I know here in Pennsylvania, they would often use them for siding as well. These old shingles, so, I mean, they've been here for a while. Kind of look like those old green ones. Yeah, here's an whole another pile of shingles. Looks like we might have a piece of wood up here, an old plank. I don't think I saw this last time I was here. So, alright. Oh yeah, up by that tree and there was more cinder blocks, so. Of course, I find this all to be rather interesting. It's like trying to solve a puzzle. You're finding all these signs that someone lived out here. You know, the clamshells, then the pieces of the cast iron stove, and you start finding cinder blocks and shingles, so you know someone lived back here. Or like I said, maybe it was a hunting cabin, just a temporary thing, but still, you know, it's kind of interesting. Kind of wonder who they were and what the place looked like and stuff like that. Now there's hardly anything left, just a few little keys. So there's a few other little things I found out here as well that I might find again, but I'm going to walk around some more and maybe go up further than I did last time I was here, see what else, follow the stream up a little bit more. But I kind of enjoy, this is kind of fun. It's like a mystery, like I said, just trying to figure out, find more and more pieces to the puzzle that might tell you more about the people and who lived here and stuff like that. So, alright. Yeah, and if you're a hunter, you should know what this is right here, because there's like a little, like if you can see, there's a little trail that comes here, kind of ends right here. This is a buck scrape. A male deer comes here and scrapes away. You can kind of see the scrape marks too, and he probably rustles these branches up here with his antlers and stuff. So this is some buck's little spot where he comes out and does his business, I guess. Alright. So at this point now, I'm just wandering. I kind of left the area where I was over there. Now I'm just gonna kind of making my way back, but I'm kind of doing it the long way. So I'm gonna see what there's at the top of this hill. Maybe there's an old home site up there. Because we are in Swatara State Park, and you've heard me talk about this park before. I come here pretty often, but you know, a lot of people used to live in this park, and then the state took it over by eminent domain. So there's a lot of old remains of homesteads out here that you can find scattered throughout the woods. So, alright, so I'm gonna do what I do, the wandering woodsman. So I'm just gonna start wandering, but slowly making my way back to where the Jeep is. Well, there is a pretty obvious trail that comes through here. I'm on top of that hill now, and it goes on this way. So I'm gonna... Looks a little bit more than just a game trail. So I'm gonna follow this a little bit. I feel like I was up here before following this, but I don't remember if I found anything or not. So I'm gonna just follow this for a bit. It's kind of going in the opposite direction where my Jeep is, but we'll follow it for a little bit. Well, I haven't found anything, but it's kind of fun walking through this hemlock forest. Kind of shady with the sunlight dappling through here and there. So let's just keep exploring. We've come this far. I'm just gonna keep going at this point. It's full of spider webs out here too, but that's okay. You can probably hear some traffic. There's an interstate up there. That's what that. You probably hear that traffic noise. Well, we've come out in the woods now. Got a nice little view here. Beautiful day. I gotta make my, well, across this soybean field down there somewhere is where I parked, so. But I think if I just keep following this direction over here, it may take me to the road that takes me to where I parked. At least I hope so. I'm pretty sure it does. But neat view. Yeah, and right down there is the parking area. We can zoom in. You can see some cars parked down there. I don't see the Jeep, but that's where we gotta go. Yeah, so I keep following the edge here, it should take me right there. So actually there is a road right over here, so we're gonna hop on down here and I think follow the road back to the parking area. It should be a little bit easier to walk. Of course, I just got nailed by all these prickly sticky things. They stick everywhere and they do not come off. I mean, they do eventually, but they're all over me. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, I know what I'll be doing for the next, who knows how long. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end this video here. I'm almost back into where the parking area is. I got most of those prickly burrs off me, but you never get them all off you. Because that's the way the plant spreads. You know, those prickly burrs get attached to animals and stuff and to people, and then you take them with you wherever you go. This car go by. So I actually have another shirt in my truck. I think I'll put that one on because not my truck, my Jeep. I don't want these things all over my Jeep because then they stick to the seats, and then when you wear a different outfit to go teaching or something, you get them on those clothes too. So we'll get this shirt off. Anyway, hope you enjoyed coming along with me in another short little adventure. Just going out in the woods trying to solve pieces of a puzzle, trying to figure out, you know, like I said, it's always fun to find little bits of information, you know, the clamshells, piece of cast iron, the shingles. You start putting a story together. It's kind of interesting. If you have your own thoughts of what that story was saying, what was going on there, you feel free to mention it in the comments. All right, well, I'm gonna go home, get cleaned up a little bit, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.